All right, welcome back again, and now we're looking at the 2014 FIFA World Cup, looking ahead of Nigeria's games, but also looking at what we've done so far. The group stages, it's come, it's gone. Nigeria has survived it, and we've moved on to the next level, which is a good thing, which we haven't done for many years, for decades as well, actually. So it is good that we are where we are now, and I guess a lot of people are very happy and celebrating it. But there are others who are saying, well, the glass is half empty. We should not be looking at the rest of it. Is it half empty or it's half full?
That's what I was saying at the beginning.
So,
the important thing is that we qualified.
Yes, we qualified. How we did it, it really doesn't matter.
It's a matter of detail.
It's a matter of detail. So we'll have this conversation with sports analysts across the board with diverse opinion and thoughts about how this has gone. So I will start from my immediate right, and that's the Chairman, Delta State Sports Commission, Amaju PInnick. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank
Did
you
you
for
enjoy
having
the
me.
match in Brazil, Nigeria, Argentina?
It was a good game. Initially, it was colorless.
Okay, we'll talk about it. You don't sink your teeth into it just yet. Let me introduce the others. So, Rotimi Akindele, sports analyst. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good to be here.
And then, of course, we've got Nnamdi Obarana, who's a sports analyst as well.
Good
Great
morning.
to have you here. Okay, I'll give you the first shot. Tell us your thought about the game, Nigeria versus Argentina, because that's a preparation for what we should see when it comes to Nigeria-France, isn't it?
Yeah, Nigeria against Argentina. There were a lot of hopes, and people were very excited about the game. We got there, and the game started on a very good stead. Then all of a sudden, the Argentines took over the game, and it continued. At the end of the first half, the ball possession, it's not to be corrected, it's about 64-34. Now, I observe a lot of things, because the Argentines actually did not come to win. They were saving their legs for the quarterfinals, second round, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. Of course, they're one of the favorites. And the Nigerians, of course, had everything to lose. But because of the game we had a good game against, or we beat Bosnia, we just needed a draw, kind of. The worst case scenario, we needed a draw. But so we continued, and at the end of the day, what I saw was not a good display of football artistry, because things that were meant to be done were not done. And I was fortunate to be sitting with about three former coaches of the Super Eagles. I was Fani Amu, Shaibu Amodu, and Siasia. And they all had their opinions about what would have taken place in that game, because you see, I feel very pained and indeed very livid that Nigerians are not very content with the fact that we did try. 170 million.
Try.
170 million Nigerians.
True?
No, we have become complacent. Almost my 2 decades as a sports administrator, we've always been living in that at the try, mentality, which is very wrong. We should be very ambitious, spiced with action, spiced with very scientific action, because football has gone scientific. I'm telling you, football has gone scientific. When the World Cup started, you can imagine they were using just 2, 3, 4 cameras. But today they have over 300 cameras doing production for a World Cup game, including a chopper that has 4 cameras. So if they are trying to make the game tick from off the field, on the field, you should imagine what is going on. Now, I had a conversation with one of the backroom staff of the US team, and he told me that Betty Vogts, who was also a coach to Jürgen Klinsmann, heads a consortium of coaches from the US. And now, because as a coach, when you are watching a game, your focus is just to win. Your focus, you don't want your key player red-carded because of the next game. You want to win. You just want to win. So you are not seeing what other people are seeing. So based on that, they came with a consortium. So when Ghana equalized, a call went through to Betty Vogts to give Jürgen Klinsmann 5 minutes analysis of the Ghanaian team. And of course, he came up with the fact that the guy playing right fullback was limping. He packed on him, and you get your goal, and that's what they did. Now, I'm telling you, so that's the science of football. I was privileged to watch Holland and Chile. When these two teams came out, lo and behold, there were two coaches, when they came out for the pre-match warm-up, there were two coaches assigned to the defense team, two coaches assigned to the midfield, two coaches assigned to the attack, then two coaches to the goalkeepers. They had about 10 minutes to warm up. And you could see exactly what they were doing. When the Nigerian team came out, in all the matches I watched, nobody. They came out, they were just doing their own warm-up, maybe it's their own style of play. But I fought it because there you just see that they were supposed to be putting finishing touches to what they were meant to do when they start the game. So if you look at it, football has evolved scientifically. And if Nigeria, as a country, if we do what other countries are doing, the kind of talent we have in this country, every state in Nigeria can produce Super Eagles. Every state. We can have 36 Super Eagles in Nigeria because of the abundance of talent we have in this state. If we do it right, get it right, do what I think. What are those coaches? What are someone like Chaibu Amodo, Sani Amu, I saw Bitro Dewarang, I saw those coaches, they were all there. All these are people, whether you like it or not, they are eggs in their own right. And it's not all coaches that are very good tactically. There are some that preaches football that knows, oh, for example, when we were playing against Argentina, I had a conversation with Amaju. And the only thing he said we needed a very tactical midfielder to just tactically take the ball off Messi, take the ball off him. If you do it once, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, he becomes frustrated. He will now move to another position, you follow him, and that's the end of his game. And that's why you see in some games, you look at teams, they become inadequate. You look at some very, very solid players. They become immediately inadequate when pressure is put on them. You don't see them. That's why, like I keep saying, they disappear from the game.
Okay,
you won't just see them.